I'm a human rights activist or a human rights defender, and I'm also writing on human rights issues in Azerbaijan. I'd say also maybe a commentator on Azerbaijan. I felt sort of an obligation. I mean, the first time I came to Azerbaijan, I was a diplomat. I was the human rights officer at the U.S. Embassy. And after sort of working on those issues, it's very hard to walk away. So when I decided to leave the State Department, I kept working on human rights issues in Azerbaijan. Just for international NGOs, I worked for Article 19 for a number of years. And last year I moved back to Baku and started working directly with the local rights groups. I mean, I didn't see it any other way, sort of once you're aware of these issues. And if you can help, then I think if you're in a position to do it, then you definitely should continue to speak up. I believe that I'm targeted because I'm exposing issues that the government would prefer to keep hidden. I'm drawing light, especially at the international level, to human rights abuses and speaking out in a way that they would prefer to silence. I think it's easier for me than my local colleagues. I'm not Azerbaijani, it's not my home country. There's only so many ways that they can pressure me. I've been kicked out of the country and I am often attacked and defamed in the local press. But again, I'm a lot safer than my local colleagues who face, potential attack, imprisonment, a range of pressures. Well, I mean, I started, Azerbaijan was my first assignment with the State Department, which is how I sort of started working on it, and I fell in love with it. And like I said, that's a very difficult thing to walk away from when you speak the language, when you know the people, when you know the issues that are going on. I think I'm too enmeshed. I can't walk away. No, not at all. I mean, my friends and family have been very supportive across the board, and in fact, they've pointed out that I've raised awareness among many people abroad who would know nothing about Azerbaijan. A lot of my friends and family that do follow me on Facebook and Twitter and have started looking at these updates from Azerbaijan. And I know of cases where friends who work even in things that might seem to be unrelated to human rights have found a way to integrate that into their own work. So no, I mean, I think people are just generally very encouraging. Yeah, it has changed my life, I have to say, especially the last year, having gotten kicked out of the country. I would still like to go back, and I'm pursuing a legal case, but, I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't. They might surprise me, but I'm eventually expecting to get justice at the European Court. And I mean, that's the case for many Azerbaijanis as well. In all of these cases related to democracy and human rights issues, really, it's the European Court where people can expect to get some justice. I think, definitely speak out, especially to foreigners who aren't in the country, who aren't at risk. If they're in the position to help, then they definitely should. And to people in the country, I would just say not to lose heart. I mean, I know it's very difficult to stick with this and there are a lot of risks, but really the situation won't change if people don't demand accountability from their government and exercise their rights.